Welcome. You're live right now on the Reality Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. We have God of Jacob is back in the house.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now, brother. Now, first and foremost, now I just didn't stumble upon your platform. Now I frequent your platform for a reason.
Yes,
because you put out good content. So that's first and foremost. So to assume that I'm disrespectful is that's not the case. Now, your show title kind of grabbed my attention, so it kept me here for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped what I dropped in the comment section. However, I think you took that personal, but that's all right. That's all right. I get it. Maybe it came off personal. But then when I said I'm coming on in 10 minutes, I couldn't even get a word across because our dear beloved sister had energy for me from the jump.
Okay, well, we're not going back in the past. This is
okay.
Go ahead and talk to me. We're not going back to the past.
Yeah. So back to you. Now we can agree that our community, the Black community, is in disarray, right? And I believe that that you should shoulder some of the responsibility, as should myself, because you said you did the whole Islam thing. Well, brother, you destroyed a lot of young brothers with that Islam thing. You said you gathered a lot of brothers to that religion, to that ideology. Did you check up on all the brothers you led astray? Or is they out there?
Well, actually, this is your problem here. I put the word out there. I never tried to convert nobody. And as far as I know, only 2 people that I know of even joined because of what I had to say. Only 2 people in my whole almost 9 years in the nation. So I put the word out there because I believed in it. I believed in it. And matter of fact, it was the best thing going at the time. And there's really nothing was wrong with it. Unfortunately, the leadership and also the people are nothing but blind followers. They can't think for themselves. So they depend on this leader to do all their thinking and stuff for them. I've never been like that. I've always been a self-thinker. I was like Malcolm X. Malcolm X was in the Nation of Islam, but he was a self-thinker. He was doing things on his own. He didn't sit around and wait for Elijah Muhammad. Do this, brother. Do that, brother. He was creative. He did his own thing. Malcolm X was reading books and getting information outside of the Nation of Islam. Sooner or later, he would have left the Nation of Islam anyway, if you ask me, sooner or later, because that's not what his mind was at. Malcolm was flexible. Malcolm was a self-thinker. It was the Nation of Islam that just kicked it off. It was the vessel that got him started on this particular road. Now, for me, the Nation of Islam didn't do nothing for me. What attracted me to the Nation of Islam, because I had relatives and I loved the brotherhood and the sisterhood. I always questioned the God concept, but I was able to overlook that and I embraced it because I wanted to be part of the brother and the sisterhood. But I did not destroy nobody's life. I did not do that in my whole 9 years. I probably brought maybe 9 people. Now, I did help Minister Farrakhan. I did assist in that effort, and he brought in I don't know how many people, whatever. So I did help. I did assist in that manner, but I did not know, just like Malcolm didn't know. We didn't know what this was about. But also after that time, in 2020, I realized that all religion, all spirituality, all that black Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, Pan-African, all of it got a problem. All of it is messed up. So I reject all of it and start all over again from scratch and build myself up. So that's where I stay. Thank you.
Cool, don't sweat. I know why certain people don't like this whole Hebrew Israelite thing, but I've never heard you say why you don't like it. What is how much time and energy have you put in to research the Hebrew Israelite ideology? What is it that you don't like about it?
Well, first of all, again, it's not just Hebrew Israelite ideology. Like I just told you, all of it I have a problem with.
I get it, but why? Why?
All spirituality, because God don't exist.
So if God don't exist, why do a stream about it? Is it clickbait?
Say what?
If God doesn't exist and you have this animosity towards Hebrew Israelites, then why speak on it?
Because people need to know. Just like when I was in the Nation of Islam, I wish there was somebody like me that was around, whether I agree with them or not. If somebody came around me and say, hey, well, the Nation of Islam, and they talk and they say blah, 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 whether I agree with you or accept what you're talking about, at least this person let me know. Give me another side of the story. And so that's what I'm out here for. I've been on YouTube since 2007. I never tell people, you can get my videos. You'll never hear me say, don't listen to the Hebrew Israelites. Don't listen to Minister Farrakhan. Don't listen to the Comedics. I never say that. Listen, I want you to listen, but I'm going to give you the other side. I want you to show you this here. Everybody has the right to know the other side, because you're not going to tell them, because you want them to join your religious slave plantation. You're not going to tell them the other side. You're not going to tell them there's another way to look at this. You're not going to do that, because you want everybody, Nation of Islam, all these religious folks, you're doing everything that you can to convert people to your particular slave plantation. I'm not running a slave plantation here. Everybody is equal. Every man, woman, and child. Sister Noah is not going to be unequal to me. If I have 3 bananas, Sister Noah is going to have 3 bananas. Any child among us, they're going to have 3 bananas. We all equal here. We all the same. We all have our roles. We all have our roles, specific roles to play. But ain't nobody better than nobody here. No man, oh, because I have a penis, I'm greater, I'm smarter. If the man is greater and smarter than the woman, how come you're a Negro slave in America calling yourself a god, ye are all gods, and you don't have no kind of power? You don't do nothing for yourself. You said that you some type of a rehab person. Cool. All respect that you're a business owner. Where you getting all your materials from? Where the trees that you own from the forest that you own to cut down the wood so that you can rehab these houses? And the tool factory, do you make your drills and your axes and all the tools that you need? All that come from the Edomites, not your God. I have a problem talking all this stuff and you can't back it up. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, don't make a claim you can't back up. You making a claim of gods and goddesses and kings and queens. You making these claims. You're a king and a queen, don't have no kingdom. Ye are gods and have no power. Don't make a claim that you can't back. I got a problem with that. All these feel-good stories, I don't G for that. I'm not here to tell people these feel-good stories. Oh, you a God and you the chosen people of God and all this kind of stuff. Why would God have a favorite? That's favoritism. The person in your family, if your parents chose your brother over you, you wouldn't like that favoritism stuff. You would not like that. Why would God do that? Why would God choose this one people when ye all are gods and ye are all the children of God? Why would God choose this particular people for his chosen? That's favoritism. That's bias and that's prejudice. For what? What did you do so special that you give all this attention to this person? There's always going to be problems when you treat people unequal. When you treat people equal, you're going to always have problems. But when you treat people fair, justice, equality, which these religions claim that they present, then you're going to have less problems because everybody is trying to treat everybody in a fair and equitable manner. But these religions, the man is on top, woman's in the middle, the man is next to God, not the woman. Only the man. He's next to God. Then the woman is next. In order for the woman to be next to God, she got to be next to the man. And of course, the children. That's bull doo-doo. That's bull. I don't play that. I like equality. I love equality. And I'm not nobody. I don't see nobody as my inferior. We all have our roles. We all do our thing. But I really believe in equality. Everybody don't believe in equality. They love the class system. Rich, poor, because they always want to look down on somebody. I'm better than you because I'm black. I'm better than you because I'm rich. I'm better than you because I got an education. People like to look down on, I'm better than you because I got a home and you homeless. I'm not better than nobody. But I'm not going to let you make me an inferior either. I'm not going to do that. I believe in, I don't believe. I'm into equality, the real deal here. I'm not into all that type of stuff. I even have respect for children. But I understand that I have a role to play as a parent or as an elder. But I don't like treating children the same because I'm not better than them. I'm just older, but I'm not better than them. I don't even like beating children. I don't believe in corporal punishment, smashing the beat. Now, in certain, only time I believe in physically hurting a child because they putting themselves in a life-threatening situation. And I need to show them you can get killed doing this. But other than that, you can talk to most children. They understand. They ain't stupid. You can talk to children. You don't have to, I beat your ass, I'm gonna whoop you and blood be coming like my mother used to do back in the day. Get that old extension cord. I told you, and they talk to you while they doing it. I told you don't you ever do that, and you sin and blah, and blood be coming all out my leg. I'm like, okay, mom, I got it, you know. But she didn't have to go through all that to make me understand. The fact that she picked up the extension cord was enough. I got you. I understand. You don't have to go no further. I got you. But see, that's how the slave master treated us, punished us. So that's just a part of this slavery thing. And the slave master basically got it from his religious teaching, which is your Bible. Violent. Your Bible is very violent. It beats people up, send them to hell. Your God is a gangster. He said, show your loyalty to me. Take your son up to the mountain and slice his throat. Who was that? Was it Abraham or Moses? No, it was Abraham, I believe. Took Isaac up, take the knife and slice his throat to show your loyalty. I'm like, what kind of God is this? He sounds like one of them Italian gangsters, and they wouldn't even do no stuff like that to show loyalty. Take your son. Why would somebody do that stuff like that? You know? And then he gets women pregnant and don't take responsibility for what he done. Got married pregnant, and you know, hey, that's on you. And then do nothing for his son. They crucified the son, put him on a cross. His daddy didn't do a damn thing. Just sit back and watch. Jesus said, "My Father, why have you forsaken me?" Jesus didn't expect that. Took him for a loop. This guy got all this power, couldn't protect his son, can't protect you, can't protect me. Come on, man. You know, so there's got to be an alternative to this. I've never told people not to listen to Hebrew Israelite. I understand a lot of the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, but I understand, I know what's good, and I know what's fairy tale. I know what's myth. I know what's not true. And I'm definitely not going to treat my sisters. I'm not going to blame the reason why the black community is because of the black woman. No, it's because of the Peckerwood and 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, the black codes, and all the other stuff. That's what did it. Black women have nothing to do with it. She's a victim, just like all of us are. And it's a cowardly man, a sad, pathetic loser that would blame all these ills on the black woman. And then on top of that, what it do prove also is, if it is her fault, it proves that the man has failed. It proves that the male is weak to allow this to happen. That's what it proves. So you trying to talk about all this happened to the black woman did this, it shows that how weak the male is. That's what it proves. That you're weak and pathetic and a loser and a coward. That's what it proved. You trying to condemn her, you really condemning yourself, because the man is supposed to be the strong one, the warrior, and all this other stuff. When was the last time you had a fight with the Edomites? When was the last time you took an AK-47 and went to the White House and did anything? You ain't gonna never do it. When the last time you went to the police station and shot it up? Huh? Never. And you're not gonna do it. But you'll go home and slapped your wife in the mouth. How come? I wanted fried chicken, this baked. Kick the dog in the ass. That's my problem with these religious teachings and things of this nature. I don't roll like that. So if the sisters really want equality, if the sisters really want to get with a God, I'm really the God. If you understand what God is. But I know that I can't create the sun, and I know I can't do this and that. I don't have that kind of power. But when you look at God, I understand God in the reality of things. But I would prefer not to even use that label, because when you say that you're a God, people expecting you to have some real power. And you don't have none. You're just a Pharaoh slave in America, wandering, putting on costumes, and find, you want somebody to serve and lap dance for, and all this kind of good stuff. I'm not serving no damn body, God or man or alien or nobody. I had enough of slavery. My people had enough slavery for 400 years. I'm not serving nobody. Now I can have an equal partnership with this God. This God do something for me, bring me a drink of water, I'll bring a glass of water to God. But you want to dominate me, then you want to make threats about, I send you to hell, I'm going to do this. Well, do it. Do it. Bring it. But if you notice, this God don't do nothing to the devil, the Satan. He don't do nothing to the Edomites. Do it. When was the last time you seen this God do anything to Edomites? Then when they have a natural disaster, they say God had something to do with it. No, the earth's been having hurricanes and thunderstorms and tornado forever. Your God didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Because in most cases, you get killed in some of them hurricanes and floods too. So your God can't even save you. He going after Edomites and he kill you too. And you make up excuses like, well, you know, that's just like a person that don't know how to shoot a gun. They just shooting, and like these gangsters, these drive-by shooting, they shoot everybody except the target. Little kids get shot, dog get shot in the ass. They shoot everybody except the intended victim. That's the way this God sound like to me. So people deserve an alternative. I don't have nothing against nobody. I know that the Hebrew Israelite teachings is not real. I know Kemetic teachings is not real. Nation of Islam, all this spirituality, you can fly out your body and go into dimensions and all this spooky hocus pocus is not real. I'm like Shaka Zulu in that movie that came out in 1987. I will not be fooled by witch doctors' illusions. Not doing that here. I'm not going to be fooled by Hebrew Israelite illusions. Your God. Show me some power. Don't never show no power. Don't do nothing. I have nothing against none of these teachings, but I know it's a lie, and I'm going to call it for what it is. It's a lie until you can show clear, convincing, overwhelming evidence that it's not a lie, and you can't do it. They have not been able to do it in thousands of years. It's a lie. Grow up. The Bible said, when I was a child, I spoke like a child. All these fairy tales, only a child like mine would accept these teachings like that, because it don't make any sense. These cartoons, these myths, these fairy tales. I can't do it no more. You got me when I was a teenager. I'm a grown old cat now. Can't do it no more, bro. I just can't. I cannot do it. So it's not nothing against you or pro-blacks or none of that stuff. I just can't do that stuff no more. I'm grown. I'm an adult. Can't do it no more. Tricks is for kids. Santa Claus for kids. You don't believe in Santa Claus. You graduated from Santa Claus to the Most High, Allah, Yashara, whatever these gods and stuff that you talk about. That's the only thing you've done. The adult version of Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. That's the only thing you've done. And the Easter Bunny has not brought no eggs. Santa Claus has brought no presents. And your God has not done anything either. Oh, well, God done this for me. Prove it. Except talk. Prove it. That's right, brother. Brother Don said Michael Xavier Johnson did that. It was another brother too. I forgot what his name. Those brothers took action. They was real with theirs. And they paid the price with their life. All these other stuff. And guess what? When those brothers did that, I was the only one making videos that said, I support them. Everybody else, all them pro-blacks, didn't say nothing. They were scared to get their channels taken down and all that kind of, they were scared of the backlash. I was the only one making videos talking about that's how you do it. If you're going to do it, that's how you do it, like those brothers did. They ain't running their mouth. They ain't talking. They took action on their own. When those brothers was doing that, shooting police and all that kind of stuff, the black community, these men got quiet as church mice. I'm the only one that kept running my mouth, and I said, I support them. I don't believe in violence or nothing like that, but if it come down to it, that's what you do. And the only thing Hebrew Israelite was on the corner, and Deuteronomy number 7578, 10274, you know, Nation of Islam, be pie my brother. That's the only thing they was doing on the street when all this was going on. All of them was, you know, all of them was quiet as church mice. Then after all that settled down, then they went back to their rhetoric. Cowards. So you blame the sisters, it just makes yourself look bad. Because you're supposed to be that, the head Negro in charge. But you don't do nothing to the Edomites or any other enemy. You got these Arabs and the Chinese, all these other people in our neighborhood. They can come in and do whatever the hell they please. Africans or whatever. They can come in your neighborhood, rape your women or whatever, and they can do whatever they want to. You're not there and say, hey, not here, bro. If you come in my neighborhood and make money off of me, you're going to pay us. That's what if we're not going to do these services on our own, then we need to be gangster and tell them, if you want to come here and make money off of us, you got to pay us. You ain't that bad. Because they are called the police, which means the Edomites coming. You don't want none of that kind of action. Go ahead, my bro. I don't mean to take, I'm just answering the question. You know, hey, that's the way I roll. I'm just keeping it real with us. We got to keep it real.
Right, right.
You just got to keep it real. I can't do that.
Right, and I hear you. Just to address a couple of points you made.
Yes,
but what I don't want you to do is set none of these brothers up for failure who's in there posting weak dude, weak that, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. I want to keep it where it is, because if it get carnal, trust me, we don't want it to get carnal, because I hear the word weak coming out. I hear pathetic coming out. Yeah. When was the last time you picked up an M16 and did this, that, and the third? Brother, I was SWIC for 15 years. So that's the last of my worries. You'd be surprised, brother, what some of these camps are actually doing behind the scenes. See, what you see is Deuteronomy 28 and 68 on the streets. But if you actually go behind the scenes, which I don't think you have, you will see a whole different setup back there. But again, I hear you talking about Hebrew Israelites, this, that, and the third, but I never heard you offer a solution. I never heard the things that you are doing. Oh, it's easy to bash us, but you gotta have a resume, and I don't think you have a resume to back up any of your rhetoric. Brother, I have a resume. This is our first time speaking, and if we continue to speak in the future, I will let you in on what I do. But right now, I just jumped on your panel for the first time. Mm-hmm. But you, brother, would be surprised. So again, some of you brothers in there, don't go that route. Don't go carnal, because you don't know me and you don't know what I've done or did. Now, as far as what are we doing, I'm part of a little situation where we have a militia and we do what we do when it's ready to do what we need to do. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that's going on. See, mm-hmm. everything ain't out on the table for everybody to see.
Right.
That's another thing. So again, I don't want you to confuse all the camps or all the Hebrew Israelites. I don't want you to blanket us in a sense. Now, if you don't believe in God, that's a you thing.
Okay.
Fine. Do what you do. But again, to question what I do or what I haven't done, you don't know me yet. And again, I heard your rhetoric. I listened. I didn't want to be disrespectful, so I listened.
Yes.
But what I didn't hear was a solution. I didn't hear anything that you are doing. Yeah, Edomite this, Edomite that. Yeah, we know this and that. But I didn't hear one thing that you are doing to
Okay.
get yourself up or lift your people up in any capacity. I didn't hear it. But
Okay.
it sounded good and it rallied the base. They got pumped up in the chat for a minute. And it sounded good. You know, I was clapping.
Okay.
So, but actions speak louder than words. I need to see a resume. And maybe in the future we can share resumes. And maybe you can come on over here and check me out, but not on some Israelite stuff. It can be
Yeah.
on another capacity.
Yeah.
And I think you'd be surprised at what's actually going on. We don't broadcast our stuff. I listen to you all the time. I don't jump on. I usually don't comment. I listen to a lot of brothers. But
Yeah.
maybe in the near future, I'll show you something, and then you probably would think differently. Let's just keep it like that.
True.
But I'll take it off the air.
Okay. When you ask me what have I done, what's my resume and what I'm doing, I was born towards the end of Jim Crow, towards the end. But I was young enough to begin to understand, because I was introduced to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad when I was a little boy. I began to understand what was going on in the South. When I was a little boy, it was mandatory that you stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. It was mandatory. Before the school day starts, you put your hand on your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag. And one day I told my teachers, I'm not doing that. I'm not pledging allegiance. And I was a little boy. I don't even know how old I was. I think I was only seven or close to 8 years old. I told them I'm not pledging allegiance to the flag no more. And the sad thing about it, I love the flag. And I still like the design of the American flag, how the stripes and the stars. I think it's a beautiful flag to me. I still like it. I don't like what it represents, but I still like the flag. I like the design. Matter of fact, I even like the design of the Nation of Islam flag, the star and the moon and the crescent and all like that. I still like that. The Nation of Islam and its teachings, no, I can't get with that. But I was a little boy by myself. And this was not the first incident. By myself. I told them I'm not standing for the flag. And they said, why? Because this nation had my people as slaves, and you still continue to mistreat us to this day. I was a little boy. That upset the whole school. I made everybody in the school like, who is that little boy doing that? And they brought my mother and told my mother, you know, we got a problem with your son. He won't stand up, you know, for the flag. And see, my mother was this type of mother. She said, that's his business. If he don't want to salute the flag, that's his business. See, I love my mother. My mother did not force religion on me. And the boy don't want to stand up for the flag. I'm going to support him. He don't have to do that. And I didn't. Out of all the 500 children in the school, I was the only one that did not salute the flag. The hell with you and your racist ass country. So that's where my start began when I was 7, 8 years old, because I was influenced by Nation of Islam teaching. And then I went on, I joined Farrakhan for about 3 strong years, 7 years, and I decided to just totally quit by the 9th year. And I was out there talking to people. Matter of fact, one of Minister Farrakhan's best allies in the 80s was Hebrew Israelites. I don't know. It was a faction of Hebrew Israelites, and I believe they left the United States and they live in Israel right now. Back in the day. They live in Israel right now, to my knowledge. But that was one of our best allies. So I always was close to Hebrew Israelites from back in the day. But to answer your question, I'm not a savior. I'm not a messiah. I don't have to do a damn thing for black folks, soul brothers and sisters. I don't have to do nothing for them. They did not ask me to do nothing for them, and I'm not going to volunteer. I don't owe black people nothing. I don't have to do nothing for them. I don't have to help somebody who don't want to help themselves. You might want to save somebody, your God, and you might be a savior or Messiah. I'm not a savior and a Messiah. I don't owe black folks nothing. I don't owe nobody nothing except myself. I owe them nothing. Now, I will present to you what I call the Mississippi campaign. And clearly you must not be keeping up with my channel, because I present the only real option, the best solution, non-violent solution, because I'm into violence. If you get down to the nitty-gritty, I'm ready. I got a plan for that one too. Let's do this. But the most non-violent option, the best realistic solution, is what I call the Mississippi campaign. Subscribe to Operation Exodus Mississippi, and you can learn. I got a lot of videos there talking about the subject, but the foundation of it is watch the promotional video, beautiful promotional video by our brother Omar Shabazz. It's only 4 minutes long. That gives the foundation. The foundation. It don't get into everything. Matter of fact, it's gonna be a lot of things that we don't know, but we got the foundation, and we'll deal with the other stuff as we get into practice of this Mississippi campaign solution, this campaign. And I truly doubt that you and the Israelites or anybody in this country, in these black type organizations, you don't have nothing on the scale of a Mississippi campaign, because I want to take control of a state. That's what I want. I want to take control of the state of Mississippi. And the reason why the state of Mississippi was chosen, because it's the how did I word that? But it's least resistance, because it's a poverty-stricken state. Nobody don't really give a damn about it. So it's the perfect opportunity to get our people together, use our voting power, use our population, take advantage of all that in order to take control of this state. And when we are able to do that, see, you talking about a militia. I'm talking about taking control of the Mississippi National Guard. I'm talking about getting control of the weapons. Because if you take control of the state of Mississippi, you got the weapons of the Mississippi National Guard. You got the weapons in every police department in the state of Mississippi. You can't beat that. Whatever you're doing, you can't beat that. You control the whole public school system. You can teach what you feel you want your children to learn. There's nothing nobody here can beat the Mississippi campaign. It's the only way, non-violent way, that you can get power and influence. And from there, see, a state is like having a country. And from the position of a state, now you can ask the government for reparations from the power of a state. Because you don't have no power. You run around here and don't have nothing. And who's gonna listen to you? Ain't nobody listen to you. But from the foundation of a state, now people listen to you, because now you got power, now you got influence. And you got all this land, you got all kinds of resources that you can use for yourself. He said he had to step away. He left an email in the...
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, brother, I got to step away for a few moments, but I did leave an email address in the back chat. Okay. Maybe we can link up offline, and then we can talk without having to... Yeah, but God bless. Right. Great talking to you, and hopefully we can build offline.
Yes, I know we can if we want to.
States, the construct of racism was created specifically to oppress black people, to try to suppress our determination to achieve liberation. Like Angela Davis said, it's built into the system.
Nowadays I can't believe what's going on in front of me. I don't want to watch TV and find another casualty. I don't wanna read the news. My heart's already black and blue. I'm putting on my combat boots, cause I got an attitude. We're like soldiers forced to fight a war. What the hell? I can't take it anymore. Cause for so long we've been patient, now we're done. And don't you even ask me when did I become such an angry black